Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our FM23 beta save with Crystal Palace. Today we are taking on Manchester City. Yeah, I thought this would be an interesting one. See how badly we're going to get beat and how Haaland looks in the game. We're sitting in 17th, so just above the relegation zone. Not the perfect position, but a win can take us above Arsenal and Chelsea. I mean, that's something to say, although they're not doing great this year. Before we jump any further, though, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, please, because that really helps out. I really appreciate it. Anyway, something to update you on. There has been a couple of things transfers that have been arranged for January. A few players not getting the game time, wanting to move. I was like, fair enough. I'm not going to play you. James Tompkins is the first one. He's gone off to Sivasspor in Turkey. I believe that is for 250k. So, yeah, I mean, he's obviously played a lot for Palace. Didn't really get much game time this season because he wasn't in around the squad. He's 33 years old now, so probably about time we move him on. Joel Ward as well is another one. He had his testimonial this year. Didn't really get much game time. And again, he's gone off for 1.2 million to Union Berlin in Germany, or he will be soon. Obviously, a long-time player for Palace. And then Jarman Rijderveld, he will be leaving as well to Sochi for £1.9 million. Again, 26, so he's still in a good years, but he doesn't really fit into the side how we want him to. So, yeah, that's kind of the reasoning for that. There's not much to say, really, other than they weren't getting the game time. They were moaning, so I thought I'd move them on. We're hopefully bringing in some cash, 3.26 million. We might be able to do something with that. And then when the wages go off the bill as well, we could possibly bring someone in January. We'll have to see how that goes. This is our last game before the World Cup, so we can obviously then take a look at how the World Cup works in the game, which will be interesting. But we will be sticking with our 5 at the back. We have been flipping between. Actually, before we do that, we've got to show you the results. So let's jump in and take a look at those. Fantastic win against Brighton led on to a game against Man United where we took the lead early on with a ball over the top to Mateta, who played it past the keeper. But we weren't quite able to hold on, with a penalty being awarded late on for a 2-1 Man United victory. A 0-0 with Chelsea followed. To be honest, we should have won the game. We had dominant in possession, dominant shots and everything like that. It just didn't quite fall for us on the day. In a not too different vein, we then played Aston Villa with a 0-0 draw. Again, we had the 5 at the back for the game. We didn't really create an awful lot, but we did enough to probably nick a victory. But in the end, I think a draw is probably fair. And our last game was the Carabao Cup match against Sheffield United. I do like the little touches of changing competitions, so changing scoreboard and all that stuff. Started off very well. Edouard getting a goal. Well, I say started off. It took an hour for us to break them down enough to get a goal. But we were looking very, very confident in the game. They then levelled things quite late on in the 80th minute to make it 1-1. We should have put this game out of sight really much, much earlier on. But we do finally get the goal to seal it in the 93rd minute. Elise making a fantastic one down to the right-hand side, and then Mateta came on to tuck it away for 2-1 and putting us through to the next round. So there you have it. A good win in the last game. We were very dominant in our 4-3-3 formation and should have, like I say, won by a lot more goals. Not so great in the league still, and we've got Man City today, so I'm not overly expectant on anything. But the board and the fans seem happy enough that I'm doing an okay job, so can't complain too much. But we will be playing the 4-2-2-1 or 4-2-3, however you want to play it. But what I think I might do is push these boys a little bit wider. I'm going to make it so Zaha tucks in as an inside forward on attack. And Elise will be an inverted winger on support. Now, why I'm doing that, God knows. But it's mixing it up a bit. It's putting them a little bit wider, hopefully forcing those fullbacks that Man City like to get forward. It's like Cancelo a little further back maybe, because they'll be more occupying them. But that could be a load of rubbish that I'm just spewing out. So we'll see. Edouard and Johnson have been moaning that they haven't been getting game time, so I put them in because why not? We've not exactly done fantastically. Mateta's kind of come off the ball a little bit, but still a top goal scorer, so he'll be, I'm sure, coming on at some point. But this is the team we'll stick with for now. Johnson in goal, Anderson, Gay and Ferguson at the back, Richards and Mitchell in the wing-back roles, Hughes, Doucouré, Elise, Zaha, Edouard. We certainly need a right wing-back. That is what we need. I mean, we need a right back who can play right wing back as well. There's a bit more attacking than Richards. He is definitely the other centre half that I want to play. But with Klein just not being able to play as many games as there is, we're having to swap Richards in there for time being. But we are taking on the mighty Man City and the mighty Haaland, so this could be interesting as De Bruyne steps up for a free kick, delivers. Richards does well to clear, and now could we break? Zaha looking to drive forward with the ball. It's what he loves to do. He's just run straight into, was that Edouard? And then had to turn back. So an interesting decision rather than just moving the ball. But Edouard brings it down. He's tackled by Rodrigo, and they're going to come forward now. And just a ball over the top could cause absolute chaos at the back, which it doesn't. We deal with that all right. As another long ball just launched forward. Ruben Diaz this time nodding it down, and Laporte receives it again. They just keep the ball so much better than we do, as it was a bit of a panic. But it's nicked well by Doucouré. Back to Ferguson. Palace have previously given Man City a bit of a run for their money when playing them away from home. So I'm hoping that kind of form against Man City carries on. What a strike that was by Hughes, nearly ripping the back of the net off, but this time just going over the bar. Our first shot of the game, but we are growing into it, which is good. 20 minutes in, and it's not looking too bad. We've had more shots on target than them. Don't say anything, but that's very positive so far. And Kiefer Moore is scored to beat Man United. So 3-3 in the Brighton Wolves game. Crikey, it's all kicking off. De Bruyne with the delivery. Haaland with the header. It's over the bar. We're keeping him quiet. If we can keep Haaland quiet, I'd say we should. I think, right. My decision to make it fair is if Haaland doesn't score, the other team gets a point. But obviously, if Man City win, they still get 3 points. So you could end up being 3 points for Man City because they won 2-0, but Haaland didn't score, so the other team get 1 point. I think that should be a rule because it's so difficult to keep him quiet. That would make things really interesting. As Haaland gets played through there and Johnson is equal to his finish, it looks like it would have been offside, or is offside anyway, so not counting. But he didn't know that at the time, so had to make the save, which he certainly did do. Half time though, we're okay. We're not too bad. Their XG is 1, so they should have scored one of the 2 shots they've had. Do we make a change at this point? Elise maybe could come off. I'm thinking Ebioe. He's done very well when he's played for us. I want to get Malcolm on the pitch. I want to start getting him into the team more and more. When we have seen him, he's been a little bit of a bright spark. So we have brought him on at half time. One thing I only realised about 5 games of the season was that we can do... Oh, there it is. Aymeric Laporte. What is Laporte's long-range shooting? Because I don't believe that. I mean, I know he's a good player, but he's not that, is he? I only realised halfway through the season that we can do 5 subs, can't we? Because that's the new rule that's been put in. That is ridiculous. Laporte, what's your long shots? 11. I mean, that's very good for a defender, but also it's just come out of nowhere. Smashed it in. Of course he does. Gets a yard and it goes in. We might have to change things up though now. There's kind of no point sitting back and doing what we're doing. We might as well lose 5-0 if we're going to lose, because we're already near the relegation zone. I know that's... Oh, God. Oh, I thought that had trickled in at the near post, but Johnson was able to get hold of it. Yeah, I think... I swear this was... I put that as the league table previously. Yeah, so... I mean, we're just outside the relegation zone if we hold on at this point because of... Oh, my goodness me. Defensively... I don't know how hard... Like, I think that is a new thing. Hitting a ball to the back post is certainly, to one of your bigger players, is definitely a benefit. I'm going to have to try and work on a tactic to do that with free kicks and corners because, I mean, what is going on at the back here? Hughes is marking Diaz. Ferguson's nowhere near him. It's an absolute mess when it comes to it. And they're coming forward again with a free kick. Is De Bruyne going to shoot across it? I mean, he could do whatever he wants and it'll probably go in. With 24 minutes to go, it's round the corner and yeah, there it is. That's his 5th goal of the season. I don't know how on earth anyone's ever going to beat Man City in this game. And Haaland hasn't even scored. It's ridiculous. Right, we're going to go to our 4-3-3. Anderson is having a shocking game. He's going to come off. We're going to put Hughes sitting back there a bit. Jeffrey Schlupp can come on in the box-to-box role. Edouard can come off for Mateta. And Jordan Ayew, you're going to come on for Zaha because he's been absolutely shocking. Right. Let's go from this point. We're still in the other formation at the moment. Our changes haven't quite taken effect just yet. As that ball out wide is just shocking. Maybe it's because I make it so it's a bit more... Oh, and there's a foul. Oh, God. A bit more direct football. I don't even put it as direct. I say it mixed. But when I say mixed, it doesn't mean every other pass has to be a long ball pass. Do you know what I mean? It could be, you can play it short if you think that's best. Like, play it how you feel. I just want the players to feel the game, you know? Rather than me telling them exactly what to do. Just feel the game. Feel the flow. How are things working, you know? Get in the rhythm. Ebioe looking to come forward. He does well to get past 2 players. Looks for a ball over the top. Mateta he's almost through. And then a touch, which meant he slowed down so much so that Laporte was able to just run around him. I know he's not the fastest, but he was literally had no one around him at that point. Anyway, Jordan Ayew loses out there. De Bruyne finds inside Haaland. Defensively, Akanji's bombing forward now. What is this? From right back and shoots. How has this happened? Is he playing at right back or is it just a marauding centre-half run where he's just wandered up the pitch? I don't know, but 19 minutes to go. It's 3-0. We're having to defend another corner, which they could get another goal from. As it's headed clear, Ayew's chasing it down and Akanji gets there. Yeah, Akanji's currently playing at right back. They've got 4 centre-halves playing at the back. I mean, we should be able to exploit the full-backs, but we just can't. We're just not good enough. Maybe we should make it wing. Maybe that's something I've missed out on because we're playing them as inverted wingers and stuff. Anyway, not a surprise there. Just thought I'd bring you in. We stopped Haaland, so I think that's a bonus. Haaland didn't score, so 1 point for us maybe. We should be on 15. Still 2 points clear of the relegation zone at the moment. And still just behind Arsenal and Chelsea, which is very strange. I know this sometimes happens, but Arsenal and Chelsea are in 15th, 16th on the 16th game of the season. We're nearly halfway through the season, and well, I mean, we are in the sense that it's now a break for the World Cup, but hey, there you go. Maybe this break might help us out. Maybe we can try it, maybe a new tactic over the break and just try and get used to it, familiarise ourselves. But there you go. We will leave it there for now. We'll be back probably at the end of January, I think, so we can see kind of the results of the World Cup and also how things have gone in the January transfer window. Maybe back for Nottingham Forest, hopefully see a win as they are rock bottom at the moment. But with that said, we will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and of course, make sure to let me know if there's any players you want to see in the beta, and I can see if I can find them on the database and we can take a look. But with that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.